Yo, yo, yo! So DX Guy here, and guys, let's finish this massive track. This is the Future Rave start to finish part 3. In this tutorial, I'm gonna finish the track, at least the main idea, the first break and the first drop. And yeah, I want to add some details to the track, maybe mixing and maybe mastering if we have some time. Don't forget that Ofive is going to give a free copy of the new Future Rave pack to one random comment, so be sure to participate below. You can also get the pack in the link description and you have the free version of the pack that you can try. And finally, don't forget that you can download the FLP of this tutorial for free on the link in the description, so be sure to check it out. So let's check what we have on this track. So yeah, as you can see, I changed a couple of things here. First of all, on the lead, we have the burst lead here. I just put it one octave higher and I layered with a couple of sounds. This is the drop it from the Future Rave pack, Rave like gold, and the B Morten lead. All of these sounds are from the Future Rave pack that you can get on the link in the description. Then on the drop, I also added these ambience. It's basically the same sounds of the break, but I just added some sidechain to them. Then on the break, I filtered the hi-hats at the beginning. I also added a sidechain to the kick of the break. And the last thing that I think that I did is to filter the lead. And then I added this lead here to add some expectation of what is coming along the track. Let's continue with the final details. I think I'm gonna add some filtering. So just to cut some of the low frequencies on the snare for the beat lab, then I would like to play a little with this vocal before going to the mixing process. I think I'm gonna cut this and try if this works here. Let's set this to generic. Yeah. So yeah, in solo it sounds kind of weird, but in the context of the song I think it can work. Okay, so it's funny because I was doing this with vocal. just cutting it, but I think it really worked well on the drop. Yeah, I just chopped the vocal here. Just give me a rhythm tune. Just give me a rhythm tune. Nothing special, but it works. So let's go to the mixing process. I'm gonna start the break. First, I think I'm gonna cut some of the low frequencies on the sides of the free space. I'm gonna turn a little down the kick. For the brass shot, I think I can add some extra mid frequencies. Yeah, let's go direct to the lead because I think it needs a lot of processing here. Let's put an EQ and add some low frequencies here. Was here to add some presence. Some highs, let's turn down a little the volume. Let's put an OTT. Then let's add some compression to glue all the sounds together. And yeah, then finally we need reverb in this lead that I think we can automate. Okay, so here is the reverb automation. Then I'm gonna try to mix with volumes. So on this base I'm gonna also add some space for the lead. And I'm gonna mix all the layers of the main lead. I like and we need the body of this lead, so we're going to cut some frequencies here to add some space for the others. And actually I think this can sound really well. So actually this boost here is to change the character of the sound. I will say that this is not mixing sounds together. This is more like sound design instead of mixing. And here I'm cutting the high frequency because we have more leads and I want to add some space for those high frequencies on the next lead. This is the second lead and I'm focusing on the high frequencies and I'm removing some mid and low frequency here because we don't need this on this layer. And on this lead, I like the hit sound of the lead, but I don't want it for this track, so I'm gonna add a transient shaper. I think now it's better. Also, don't forget to remove all the reverb from the sound. Also, I'm gonna remove these frequencies, of course, because we have the lead, the bass, sorry. But what happens now? Because I will lose all the low frequency here in the build-up. And I like them, so I'm basically gonna turn off ECQ on the build-up. And I think lastly I have this wrist bass that I want to cut some of the low frequencies on the sides too. And yeah, this is basically the mixing. Let's do a simple mastering and I will show you what I'm doing. So first of all, I'm gonna drag a pretty balance and I want to create a bigger impact for the drop, so I'm gonna automate this. Then also it's better if you use a third-party plugin here, but I'm gonna use this knob here to create a mono stereo automation. So the main idea for this automation is basically to automate the volume and the stereo separation to make it mono and lower in terms of volumes before the drop hits. It creates like a bigger drop and a powerful drop because you are placing the sound in mono, more in mono on the build-up before the drop hits, and when the drop hits it's open up and also the volume comes to zero again and it creates a really interesting effect. Then I like to add an OTT on the master channel. I know that this might be really controversial, but I like to add less than 10% of the effect. Actually, I will say around 5, 6, 7. In my opinion, this adds like an extra bright to the sound. Then I will add a glue compressor. Basically, we are compressing the track, but I'm letting the transient, the first transient in this case, and the most important one is the kick. I'm letting it hit. I don't want to compress the kick, so that's why I add like 10 milliseconds of delay, of attack, sorry. But the other thing that we are doing here is to kind of limit the track, so the limiter that comes later will not have to work really hard to push the track up in terms of volume. I'm cutting the low frequencies on the sides. This is a mid-side EQ. And lastly, I'm not gonna use the filter limiter because I don't like it, but I'm gonna use the FabFilter Pro L to limit the track. And my computer is getting broken, so this is basically what I like to do in my master. This is really basic master channel. Yeah, I don't want to keep it too complicated and too long, the tutorial. So this is the end of this Future Rave start to finish series. Let me know if you like this track and if you like this kind of tutorials, and I will make more. Also, if it was valuable, consider subscribing, give us a like to support the channel, and you can also comment because Ofive is going to give a free copy of the new Future Rave pack. One random winner on the comment section, so be sure to participate. And lastly, don't forget that you can download this FLP for free. So yeah, let's check the final result.